Okay, Year 4s, turn to page 5 of your science journals, please. Alright, so in our chemistry science journal, we have been looking at objects. And we're going to expand more on that today. So looking at Walt, Wilf and Tim, today we are learning to identify properties of various materials. What I'm looking for is your understanding of objects and your knowledge of materials and how they can influence their use. And this is because we use a variety of materials every day, and some materials have more uses than others, so it's important to know which material to use for which different type of circumstance. So, getting out, I'll put this back up, our mind map of objects from the past few weeks. We've been adding to it. So, an object is made of materials, something that is visible and we can touch. So I'm going to specifically expand on materials today. We're going to look at properties. Do you know what I mean by property?
Is it like something you own, like your pencil, your rubber, or something like that? Or
that is what a property is, but in science it has a different meaning. We can think of it as maybe a feature of a material. So using an example of a gumboot, so that's our object. The material it's made of is rubber. I'm going to give you an example of some of the properties that I can think of. I know that one of the properties is it needs to be flexible and it also needs to be durable.
is durable like hardy, like it lasts a long time?
That's right. We need our gumboots to be durable because when we're walking through maybe a muddy puddle, there might be rocks and it needs
to be hardy.
It needs to be hardy. It needs to be something that's going to last a fairly long time. Can you think of anything else that needs to be?
Well, I guess if we're walking through muddy puddles, it would need to be waterproof.
Yep, exactly. Anything else?
Probably light. If you're going to walk around in it all day, you don't want it to be really heavy.
That's right, because some people, like farmers, may wear their gumboots nearly all day. Yeah. So now I'm going to take this back down, and if you look at your science journal, you can turn to a page and you will see a table just like this one.
Oh, yep.
And we are going to be looking at spoons. They are our object for today's investigation. But this time we've got 3 different materials. We know that a wood is a natural material. We focused on that the other week and we've got it up on our word wall. We also know that a plastic spoon is a processed material. But what about a metal spoon?
Would it be like a mixture of with natural but maybe refined or something like that? Like changed a little bit?
That's exactly right, Dan. Let's actually add that word refined to our word wall because that's a really good word we can refer to. And later during the lesson we can add the meaning of refined into our glossary of our science journals. So for this experiment we are going to fill out the table. We have our materials already filled in. Once the spoons have been sitting in the hot water for a few minutes, we're going to have a feel at the end of each spoon and see what it feels like. Then from our findings, we're going to identify the physical properties and then look at the different uses we can use these spoons for.
And if we were to make a prediction, would we say, I think that maybe the metal one would it get hotter?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. That's a really good prediction, Dan. Let's write that down here. Metal spoon will